Alpaca.
A South American animal with a long neck that looks like a llama. Alpaca fiber is used for making wear-upon and woven items. Similar to wool.
Anteater.
Any of several mammals that feed largely or entirely on ants. Or termites. This animal has a long, narrow snout, a long tongue, and large salivary glands that includes the giant anteater and tamandua.
Bat.
A small animal like a mouse with wings that flies at night. Any of an order of night-flying mammals? With the forelimbs modified to form wings.
Bison.
A large wild animal, similar to a cow but having a larger head and shoulders covered in hair, found in North America and Europe. This large herds of bison, popularly known as buffalo, used to live on the plains of western North America.
Beaver.
An animal with smooth fur, sharp teeth, and a large, flat tail. Beavers build dams, walls of sticks and earth across rivers. This small mammal has webbed hind feet and a broad, flat, scaly tail, and constructing partially submerged lodges.
Camel.
A large animal with a long neck that lives in the desert and has one or two humps, large raised areas of flesh on its back. The camels fulfill a variety of functions, including transport and social security.
Cat.
A small animal with fur for legs, a tail, and claws, usually kept as a pet or for catching mice. Any of a group of this animals is wild, and some of which are large and fierce, such as the lion.
Cow.
A large female farm animal kept to produce meat and milk. Cows are typically domesticated farm animals, though the females of wilder bovine relatives are also called cows.
Coyote.
A small wild animal like a dog that lives in North America. Coyote could not employ self-control and ate everything up at will after it awoke.
Chimpanzee.
A small, very intelligent African ape with black or brown fur. Humans share quite a similar memory process with chimpanzees.
Dog.
A common animal with 4 legs, especially kept by people as a pet or to hunt or guard things. A carnivorous mammal closely related to the wolf, that has long been domesticated as a pet, occurs in a variety of sizes, colors, and coat types, and is sometimes trained to perform special tasks.
Deer.
A quite large animal with 4 legs that eats grass and leaves. The male usually has antlers, wide horns like branches. The female is called a hind or a doe, and the male a stag or buck. Any of various slender-legged, even-toed, ruminant mammals having usually brownish fur, and deciduous antlers borne by the males of nearly all and by the females only of the caribou.
Dolphin.
A sea mammal that is large, smooth, and gray with a long, pointed mouth. Any of various small marine-toothed whales, with the snout more or less elongated into a beak and the neck vertebrae partially fused.
Donkey.
An animal like a small horse with long ears. A sturdy domestic mammal that is classified with the asses and is used especially to carry things.
Elephant.
A very large gray mammal that has a trunk-long nose with which it can pick things up. This herbivorous mammal, which is nearly hairless, has a snout elongated into a muscular trunk and to incisors in the upper jaw developed especially in the male into long ivory tusks.
Fox.
A wild mammal belonging to the dog family that has a pointed face, a wide tail covered in fur, and often reddish-brown fur. Any of various carnivorous mammals of the dog family. Related to, but smaller than wolves with shorter legs, more pointed muzzle, large erect ears, and proverbial for its cunning.
Giraffe.
A large African animal with a very long neck and long legs. This ruminant mammal is the tallest of living quadrupeds and has a short coat with dark blotches separated by pale lines.
Goat.
Any of various hollow-horned ruminant mammals, related to the sheep but of lighter build and with backwardly arching horns, a short tail, and usually straight hair. Any of numerous agile, found native in rocky and mountainous regions of the Old World and widely distributed in domesticated varieties.
Gorilla.
A large ape that comes from Western Africa. A very large, typically black-colored anthropoid ape of equatorial Africa that has a stocky body with broad shoulders and long arms, and is less erect and has smaller ears than the chimpanzee.
Horse.
A large plant-eating domesticated mammal with solid hoofs and a flowing mane and tail. A large herbivorous mammal domesticated since prehistoric times and used as a beast of burden, a draft animal, or for riding.
Hedgehog.
A small, brown mammal with a covering of sharp spines on its back. Any of a subfamily of Eurasian and African nocturnal insectivores that have both hair and spines which they present outwardly by rolling themselves up when threatened.
Hippopotamus.
This very large animal lives near water in Africa. This herbivorous mammal has four-toed having a very large head and mouth, nearly hairless, thick, grayish skin, long lower canine teeth, relatively short legs and thick.
Hyena.
A wild animal from Africa and Asia that looks like a dog, hunts in groups, and makes a sound similar to a human laugh. Any of several large, strong nocturnal carnivorous mammals that usually feed as scavengers.
Kangaroo.
A large Australian mammal with short front legs and long, powerful back legs on which it moves by jumping. This herbivorous has a small head, large ears, a long, thick tail used as a support and in balancing, and rather small forelegs not used in locomotion.
Koala.
An Australian mammal with dense grayish fur. They live in eucalyptus trees and feed on their leaves. This Australian arboreal marsupial has a broad head, large hairy ears, sharp claws.
Lion.
A large wild animal of the cat family with yellowish-brown fur that lives in Africa and southern Asia with a tufted tail and a shaggy blackish mane is the name of the hair that is on the lion's neck.
Leopard.
A large wild cat that has yellow fur with black spots on it. It is adept at climbing and lives in Africa and southern Asia. Black spots are formed on their entire body. These dark spots help them hide and hunt. They use their strong jaws, sharp nails, and high speed to hunt.
Monkey.
An animal that lives in hot countries, has a long tail, and climbs trees. Many monkeys live in trees, although some are ground-dwelling. And increasingly, many live in urban areas, scavenging food and interacting with people.
Mouse.
A small mammal with short fur and a pointed face. Any of numerous small rodents with pointed snout, rather small ears, elongated body, and slender tail.
Moose.
A large deer with palmate antlers, a sloping back, and a growth of skin hanging from the neck. A ruminant mammal with humped shoulders, long legs, and broadly palmated antlers that is the largest existing member of the deer family, and inhabits forested areas of Canada, the northern U.S., Europe, and Asia.
Ox.
A domestic bovine mammal. A bull male cow that has had its reproductive organs removed, used in the past for pulling heavy things on farms or more generally. Any adult of the cattle family?
Otter.
A mammal with 4 legs and short that swims well and eats fish. Any of various largely aquatic carnivorous mammals. Of the weasel family that usually have webbed and clawed feet and dark brown fur.
Panda.
A large black and white animal that looks like a bear and lives in the mountains. This mammal with characteristic black and white markings, native to certain mountain forests in China. It feeds almost entirely on bamboo and has become increasingly rare.
Pig.
A large pink, brown, or black farm animal, with short legs and a curved tail. An omnivorous domesticated hoofed mammal, with sparse bristly hair and a flat snout for rooting in the soil, kept for its meat.
Polar bear.
A large creamy white carnivorous bear that inhabits Arctic regions. A large white Arctic bear which lives mainly on the pack ice. It is a powerful swimmer and feeds chiefly on seals.
Raccoon.
A grayish-brown American mammal that has a fox-like face with a black mask and a ringed tail. A small nocturnal carnivore of North America that has bushy ringed tail, lives chiefly in trees, and has a varied diet including small animals, fruits, and nuts.
Rabbit.
A burrowing, gregarious, plant-eating mammal with long ears, long hind legs, and a short tail. A small animal with large front teeth that moves by jumping on its long back legs or the meat of this animal eaten as food.
Sheep.
A farm animal with thick wool that eats grass and is kept for its wool, skin, and meat. A domesticated ruminant animal with a thick woolly coat, and typically only in the male curving horns. This mammal is proverbial for its tendency to follow others in the flock.
Squirrel.
Any of various small or medium-sized rodents. An agile tree-dwelling rodent with a bushy tail, typically feeding on nuts and seeds.
Tiger.
A large Asian carnivorous mammal of the cat family, having a usually tawny coat transversely striped with black. A very large solitary cat with a yellow-brown coat striped with black, native to the forests of Asia, but becoming increasingly rare.
Whale.
A very large marine mammal with a streamlined hairless body and a horizontal tail fin. This very large sea mammal that breathes air through a hole at the top of its head.
Zebra.
An African wild horse with black and white stripes, and an erect mane. Any of several swift African mammals? related to the horse but distinctively and conspicuously patterned in stripes of black, or dark brown and white or buff,